The next story is by Rob Slater. Rob, where are you? You probably already recognize him. Rob Slater is a teacher and writer living in Bellingham. His stories and poetry have appeared in Storyhouse, Continuum, Eophi's Kiss, Sounds of the Night, Jackhammer, Goblin News, and Martian Wave. That is quite a collection of titles. He has also released a CD of original music called Sum of the Parts, available on CD Baby and iTunes. Rob has what he calls a should-have-been-a doctorate Bachelor of Arts with minors in Spanish and history and an MA in educational technology. He plays guitar, he brews beer and meat, he cooks, he reads, he practices taekwondo, he has 6 children, which is the most impressive of all of that. He is 25 and has adopted Robert A. Heinlein's specialization is for insects as his motto. His story of Knowing Jack is being performed by Doug Starcher.
Before I was a performer, I was a technician. So I have my own stand, have my own lights, have my own roll of gaff tape. When I get shit done in the world, hire a theater kid. Jack and his mother lived alone in poverty. Well, they lived together near the town of poverty. They lived alone since Jack's father had run out on them. Or that was Jack's mother's story, at least. Run out on you, Jack had always thought. Between Jack's thievery and his mother's half-hearted job of washing clothes for their neighbor, they managed to get by. The neighbor was a stupid, sentimental old fart who'd once been in love with her. Jack couldn't imagine it, but he had no better explanation for the handouts they regularly received. Then one day their cow stopped giving milk. Jack's mother woke him from dreams of stealing gold from giants and told him about the cow. Take it to the market and get a fair price or I'll have your hide. Do it yourself, you old witch. He rolled over to return to his dreams. She whipped him across the ass with her laundry stick. He twisted up to slap her. You want to, don't you, boy? Do it. I can still take you. Jack sighed and dropped his hand. Thought so. Sides, I'm working today, and you haven't brought in any money lately. She grabbed his ear and yanked. Jack rolled out of bed, grabbing his ear. He yearned to hit her, but she was better armed. He stumbled to the pantry, but the cupboards truly were bare. No drink, no food. He fell into his clothes and walked out into the gray day. The cow stood docile, chewing some cud. He jerked the rope and dragged the cow toward town. After a moment's delay, it followed him easily enough. He tugged on the rope until the cow whined. Maybe he'd get enough money to buy some tobacco or wine and still bring home a little something for mother. But after a few miles, he'd lost interest even in that. He saw some berries and stopped to pick them, complaining aloud about their thorns. Then Jack saw an old man fumbling along the road. Maybe the fool wouldn't notice the cow's state. Jack ran his hand over his head, slicking down his hair. Hey, old feller, want to buy a cow? How much? The grizzled man called back skeptically as he approached. As the ancient drew near, Jack saw his eyes were all white from cataracts. Jack's stomach turned in distaste as his own eyes lit up with confidence. What you got? Well, now, I got some magic beans. Jack snorted. What else? A bottle of whiskey. The blind man pulled it from his pack and took a sip before passing it to Jack. The old man must be able to see somehow. Jack thought as he sloshed its contents, nearly full. He sipped. It was years better than the cheap slop he'd become accustomed to. Sold. Careful where you plant these beans, the wizened man placed a small sack in Jack's hand and squeezed. They're powerful. The oldster's grip was amazingly strong. Jack winced inside, but squeezed back. Thanks for the warning. Jack watched gleefully as the old man led the cow down the lane. By the time he reached home, he'd finished the bottle and tossed it beside the road. When his mother came back from her laundry to find him sprawled out on the bed, she lost her temper. She hit him in the back with her stick. Spent it all on liquor, didn't you? I can smell it on your breath. Nah, Mom, I got something good. Looky here, magic beans. God damn it, Jack, I can't believe you're my son. Stupid as your father. She snagged the bag of beans from Jack and popped them into her mouth. Jack grabbed his mother by the wrist. He twisted the stick out of her grip and tossed it aside, bearing down hard on her arm, twisting the skin on the other direction with his hand. Damn it, Jack! When she cried out, he stuck his hand into her mouth. He managed to get 3 of the beans before her sharp old teeth forced him to withdraw. He tossed them into his own mouth. Serves you right for calling me stupid, you old hag. They were dry and gritty, but he chewed them up anyway out of spite. Tastes like dirt. He retrieved the stick and brandished it at the old hag. You leave me alone, Mom, or I'll give you a taste of your dirty laundry. I'm going to bed. In the morning, I'm leaving. Well, good riddance to bad rubbish. One less mouth to feed around here. Jack crawled under the itchy blankets and let the remnants of the whiskey take him to sleep. The stick clenched tightly in his right hand. In the black of night, Jack awoke to his mother's howling. Then suddenly, her scream stopped. Stomach hurt like hell. His guts were on fire. He pictured the smiling ancient man and his ugly eyes. God damn your eyes and your magic beans! Jack's belly had a life of its own. He jammed his hand into his gut. His gut pushed back. He felt it bulging, slipping, shoving, and then the pain ripped him apart. A scream tore itself from his throat as the second stalk blew through the thatched roof of this shack. Yeah.